What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trash Film Home Video, and today we're going to be talking about the Scream Factory release of Forbidden World, aka Mutant. So this is a Steelbook release. I'm not a huge Steelbook fan. It's just not my thing. I do have quite a bit of these Scream Factory Steelbooks. Just sort of happened that way. But anyway, that's the front of it. That's the back. That's the side. Forbidden World. So, somewhat of a funny story. These were released quite a long time ago on DVD. Before Scream Factory was even a thing, it was just Shout Factory. And they had gotten a hold of a lot of Roger Corman pictures, and they released Galaxy of Terror, Forbidden World, Battle Beyond the Stars, and I think something else. And I picked up both Galaxy of Terror and Forbidden World. Ended up selling those two versions off. Went to get Forbidden World, and I picked up Galaxy of Terror. And within 10 minutes of watching it, I realized this is not the movie that I thought it was. Because I distinctly remember there's a scene in Forbidden World of this girl in a steam bath, and she's wearing sunglasses, which I thought was funny and weird because it's a very, this is inside of a spaceship. There's no windows or sun or anything like that. And it wasn't like it wasn't like she was tanning, it was a steam room. But, yeah, and so when I went to get the Blu-ray again, I did it again. And I bought Galaxy of Terror thinking it was Forbidden World because I had forgotten what this movie was called. Which they're not even the same movie. They're not even... The only thing that is the same is that these were made within about a year of each other. Galaxy of Terror came out in 1981. Forbidden World came out in 1982. They used the same, at least beginning set for Galaxy of Terror for Forbidden World. And I think there's another shot in Forbidden World where a guy's walking down a hallway and they're using the same set. But they're not the same movie. Galaxy of Terror has some decently big names in it. You got Sid Haig, you've got Robert Englund. It's much more of a fantasy-driven movie. It's definitely more akin to Event Horizon in the sense that whatever is, kind of after them, it plays on your fears. Whereas in Forbidden World, let's just be honest, it is a straight-up Alien ripoff. So they're not the same, but for whatever reason, I got them mixed up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I picked up actually, no, this was a gift. Picked up the Steelbook, or was gifted the Steelbook release of Forbidden World. And I'm quite happy that it did. It's basically Forbidden World. Like I said, it's an Alien ripoff, sort of. I'm just going to kind of go off of, because these are always better than me babbling about what the fucking synopsis is. On planet Zarbia, I always wonder, they just randomly come up with these planet names, or solar systems, or in these sci-fi movies. I don't know. Anyway, experimental life form known as Subject 20 has been created by an elite group of scientists in hopes of preventing a major galactic food crisis. However, instead of prolonging life, Subject 20 is destroying it. Organism poses a double threat because it constantly changes its genetic structure. Mike Colby, a bounty hunter, is called in to investigate, suspecting that the scientists are keeping something from him. Colby soon discovers why. So yeah, basically, they create this organism, and it runs amok. That's pretty much what it is. And the bounty hunter shows up, and, what's going on, guys? What's happening here? So they create this thing, it gets loose. We're introduced sort of to what this thing is in a scene that's actually pretty gory. kind of a la Class of 1984, in the scene where, what's the guy's name? Roddy, what is his name? Hold on. This is going to drive me insane. McDowell? Oh, here we go. His name. Okay, I'm gonna need my old man glasses. Okay. In the scene with Roddy McDowell, where they go and they kill all his animals. Very similar scene. They go into the lab and just gore everywhere. All the animals have been like killed, and interesting story, or interesting side note, apparently they used real dead animals for the shots, and they were gonna do pickup shots the next day, so they just left the set dressed. Come back the next day, these animals had been frozen the first time they shot with it. Overnight, they weren't frozen anymore. It's pretty gross. Anyway, so, and the organism is sort of in this little compartment. They've trapped it in this little area, and it just sort of looks like snot, almost. Like, it's got little tendrils, and it's hanging onto the walls, and it's just sort of it's a nothing. And there is a point where they send in someone to go, who is actually played by John Bowen, which I'll just go ahead and mention this. There's a lot of people that worked on this movie that are notable, and Jim Bowen. Did I say John Bowen? Jim Bowen. You may recognize. I think this was his first film role. He was Buck in Kill Bill. You know, my name's Buck, and I like to. And you know, Beatrice kills him via the door by smashing his head in it. And then he also played alongside Michael Keaton and Jackie Brown as the other officer that was investigating Jackie Brown. He goes in to clean up the mess, and he's an idiot. So he opens the compartment, and he looks in there. The little communicator on the wall rings, and he leaves the damn thing open. Well, gets loose, and yeah, so it turns into find it and kill it kind of thing. And that's basically, that's what you got. It's not a complicated plot. It's a pretty simple plot. You know, killer alien organism loose on a spaceship. That's kind of what we got here. And I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's extremely sleazy and quite gory. Not gory in the sense of like we see a lot of kills. There's like 2 kills. One is sort of not off screen, but seen via a camera or a monitor, and then the other one is it's kind of gory. But there's a lot of gore. Like whenever this thing like gets inside you, it turns you basically to goop, and then you like separate, and it mutates, and it's you know, gross. A lot of the same people that worked on Galaxy of Terror, so this is probably why I got them mixed up, worked on Forbidden World, and they used some of the sets. Some of the notable people that worked on this is Jim Wynorski. Jim did sort of like a treatment for the movie. He had written, I guess, Attack of the Crab Monsters or something, so they adapted that script, and then they hired somebody else to come in and finish it up. We also have Tony Randall, who, if you don't know who Tony Randall is, he did visual effects on Escape from New York. He also directed Amityville 1992, It's About Time, Ticks, and of course his most famous, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. Hellraiser 2, Hellbound, however you like to say it. Let's see. Oh wait, sorry, I'm getting off of I'm getting off kilter here. But yeah, like I said, I highly enjoy the movie. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely an Alien ripoff, for sure. You know, even when you see like close-ups of the head of this creature, it's shaped like the alien. It doesn't have eyes. It's the teeth. All of that's the same. Now, it's a very Roger Corman low-budget version of Alien. There's a lot of scenes where the alien is just sort of this blob with spider legs and the head, and it just sort of sits there. So, you know, the scariness of the alien definitely does not work in any way, shape, or form close to what the actual alien in Alien did. But, like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's extremely sleazy. It's extremely exploitive. And it's gory. You know, the performances are pretty good. You know, it has negatives, of course. You know, there's some things that I have problems with. There is a robot in the beginning scene, I guess, sort of supposed to be droid-like, and he's in the movie a little bit after the beginning scene. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, they seem to have cast like a 12-year-old kid to voice the thing. And it's just weird. It does not come off right. I don't know. Was not a fan of that. Like I said, the alien is a bit ridiculous. It's very blob-like. When we first see it, it's just sort of sitting on this sort of pipe thing and just sitting there, and its little head's there, and it's like, I mean, I'm doing this because it's like its head is kind of sitting in this blob formation, and its little spider legs are hanging out. Now, I will say, when they go for this thing to escape, it is edited pretty well, so you don't really see it move that much, and sort of gives the illusion that it's like quick on its feet or something. And then let's just talk about the sets for a minute. So in Galaxy of Terror, it's obvious, but it's not quite as obvious as in Forbidden World. They used, to dress the sets, to line the walls of the spaceship with McDonald's takeout containers. So like hamburger containers. And they open them up, and they glue them on the wall, and then they paint them orange. So really cheap sets. I mean, they're using McDonald's burger containers to use as the walls. In this one, in Forbidden World, they not only use those, but they use like the dinner ones. So the ones that have like a compartment, and then the big compartment. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Well, they do the same thing, except they don't paint them orange. They're just there, like on the wall, like. And then there's a line of the old egg cartons, not the new ones, the old ones. It was just a bottom with the egg, you know, things coming up, and then how they used to wrap them in saran wrap. That's how eggs used to come. They didn't have a container. Those things are plopped up on the wall. So the sets are extremely low budget and ridiculous. There's a scene where a guy is in, like, searching for the organism or alien, because it's not really an alien, I guess it's an alien organism, and his gun is just like this gun that's been painted like silverish, and they've literally put a light bulb, it's a little tiny Edison light bulb that they've shoved in the end of this gun, and supposed to be for a ray gun or something. Completely ridiculous, but adds to the charm of the movie. The girl that I said with the sunglasses in the steam room, the actress's name is Dawn Dunlap. She screams a hell of a lot during this movie, and I don't get annoyed by women's screams in movies, but for whatever reason, this one is just grating, and it's extremely shrill. Somebody's probably gonna tell me I'm an awful person, or I don't know, maybe I'll get canceled because I said a girl's scream annoyed me. But, Anyway, yeah. Another thing is there's music in this that doesn't really seem to fit certain scenes. Some does, some doesn't. There was one piece that seemed to reminded me of Tank Girl. I don't know why, but it reminded me of a song in Tank Girl. If any of you guys have seen Tank Girl, starring what's her name? Lori Petty? Is that her name? I don't know. Yeah. So it's not flawless, but like I said, a lot of that stuff adds to the charm of the whole movie. For me, at least, makes the movie kind of enjoyable on that level. Blu-ray wise, I'm not a huge fan of this artwork. I actually enjoy the other artwork better from the old DVD, which was very much. It was very kind of a mixture between comic booky and Frank Frazetta-ish. I actually liked it better. It was very graphic and very bold, which is another reason why I'm not a big fan of Steelbooks, is you get what you get. There is no reversible cover. There is no slip cover. That's it. That's what you got. And I'm not a huge fan of it. Let me see if it says here. Okay, yeah. It's a 4K scan of, it just says original film elements. So, but it looks pretty good. It looks decent. And, colors are nice. There is some print damage. There's some damage you can see, like in the steam room scene. There's like this bit of flashing sort of white around the actress. And at first I thought maybe it was just part of the movie. No, it shows up in a few other points. But overall, it's not a bad looking transfer, especially for what it is. It looks pretty good. One thing that is quite annoying is there's actually 2 cuts of the film on this Blu-ray. There is the theatrical cut, and then there is the director's cut under the title of Mutant. Now, normally, when there's 2 cuts of a film on a Blu-ray, you'll hit play, and it'll bring up the menu, play theatrical, play uncut. No. The uncut version is in the special features, so you have to go over to the special features. There it is. And you also get a commentary with it, which is nice. I just wish they would have put it on the main play screen, because this is what I do when I get a Steelbook. So these, they come like this. So I open it up, I take this off, I fold it in half, and I put it inside. Because I do want to keep this because, it's got information on it. And normally what I do when I buy Blu-rays is, unless I'm going to watch it that night, I'll open it, stick it in a stacked new to watch. So I didn't look at it. So I watched the theatrical cut. Now, I did put on the uncut and was listening to commentary this morning a little bit. The only thing that's very aggravating about this, is, now I'm shaking. That's annoying. The only thing that's aggravating about this is some director's cuts are, not that different. This one's a good 5 minutes. This one's a good 5-minute difference. I checked the run times. So it's kind of annoying that it was in the special features and that, because I would have totally watched the director's cut first. Other than that, we get a little making of, which is pretty good. It's about 20-30 minutes. We get an interview with Roger Corman, and then we get an interview with John Carl Buechler, who also worked on the special effects on the film. John Carl Buechler from many film credits, his most notable being the director of Friday the 13th Part 7. But he did a ton of other stuff. He did a lot of special effects work on a lot of movies. Forbidden World. I really enjoyed it. If you're into sort of this low budget, ultra low budget, not ultra low budget, but low budget. You know, if you're into Corman films, if you're into Corman science fiction horror films, I would definitely pick up Forbidden World. You know, I don't know, because I think at FYE this thing, yes, I still have an FYE near me, was like 30 bucks. I would not pay $30 for this, but 15, 20 bucks, definitely worth it. You know, but if you're into this kind of movie, I feel like there are certain people that just aren't going to be in, like, the low budgetness is going to sort of ruin shit for them, but I enjoy it and I like it. And that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching my rambly reviews. Really enjoy it. Like doing it. Anyway, so yeah, until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.